Welcome to the Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To order Brant's latest book, Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance, or to find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.
Another one of these studies about what facial hair women prefer their man to go with. What kind of facial hair.
All right.
The number one answer again was stubble, which is great. That's usually what I do. Mm-hmm. But
that's what Mrs. Hansen prefers?
she likes it, yeah.
Okay.
If I grow it too long, she doesn't like it. Shave it off. I kind of like stubble. So that's great. I'm flabbergasted by something, though. I mean, I'm genuinely perplexed.
Okay, bye.
Why? If all the fashions that come and go...
The mustache?
No, the Abe Lincoln chin strap thing. You would think women at some point would go, yeah, I like that.
No,
That's what I like. Why? He was one of our most honest presidents.
It's possible they're not making the correlation. They may just not like it. It's not that they are making an overall judgment on Abe Lincoln.
So consistent. It's always no. It's always no.
But it's not a judgment on Abe, Brant. It's just the chin strap. They don't want it. We don't want it.
Why? Someday you should want it.
Okay, yes.
By the way, this is for the podcast. Don't come at me with your emails going, oh, but Amish women prefer it.
Okay.
That's not why they do that. They do it as an Anabaptist. It was a reaction to the Prussian military, I think, or the German. Like
that's the reason why Amish men have the
it's because they're pacifists. And one way to demonstrate was like it was required like for the military guys to have mustache.
Oh, okay.
It's my understanding. So you do the inverse of it.
Ah, I see.
And it was an act of like civil disobedience or something like that.
So they're not doing it about Abe.
No, not even.
And the women don't necessarily like it because what else are they going to do there? Right.
Right. It's not like they're going, hey, we talked about it. We want you guys to do the Abe Lincoln chin strap thing.
It's a greater thing that's happening there.
And I think they're cool with it.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't speak for them.
Right.
I'm not speaking. I can't speak for them,
You can't speak
Sherry.
for them. I didn't say that you would, Brant.
All right. I can't. Wow. Very few people have it, and if you do have it, it's like a superpower, and that is contentment.
Yeah.
Just being content. Like Paul was writing, he's like, yeah, I've had a lot. Content with that. I can handle that. I've had nothing. I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the freedom. The circumstances don't dictate my, whole life. I can roll with it.
My attitude, my disposition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I've learned I can do that. But that is such a wonderful. Here's the thing, though. You can't just throw a switch and go, I'm going to be content now. It starts inside, and it has to do with spending time with God and growing up, and actually talking to Him, engaging with Him relationally over time, and then He shapes your character, and that comes as a fruit of that. I'm convinced of it. So you can't just throw a switch, but over time you can change it. Man, it's a wonderful thing. Saw in the news a thing about a Star Wars movie they're getting ready to make, and I got to tell you, I was thinking back. Because a lot of people aren't old enough to remember, but I am.
Okay.
When they started Star Wars, I was
yes.
a little kid. If somebody would have told me, they're going to be doing this the rest of your life.
You're going to take it to the house.
Yeah, I would not have understood that.
Yes, you are going to go into eternity.
Right.
With more and more and more and more Star Wars.
More Star Wars, more and worse and worse and worse.
It's never going to get any better.
They'll never stop. It's never going to stop. Like, no, they're not going to keep doing it.
Yes, they are.
Still, one of my favorite stories in the entire Bible is the guy who wants Jesus to perform a miracle. And he says, if there's anything you can do about it. He said, if.
Yeah.
To Jesus. If.
Yeah.
And why I love it so much is because while the guy has his doubts, Jesus still comes through for him. And he tells him, well, if you have faith, like if, so he returns the if, but then he actually heals his child.
Yeah.
That's so great. Doesn't squash him like a bug, doesn't blast him. And the guy says, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. And sure enough, Jesus does help him with his unbelief. So that's a prayer. If you're somebody who struggles with stuff and you're like, I'm not 100%, I don't know, like I'm trying here, but he's so patient with us. It's amazing. You know this is really tough. You see somebody who's a believer, somebody you know maybe just being awful online or something, or just like you just so wrong and so frustrating. Mm-hmm. It's so hard. But that's your brother or sister in Christ. So how do you work that out? Like if you're a believer.
Good question.
I saw this. I thought this was really good. A guy named John Newton wrote it, but he said there's a couple things to remember. Number one, God puts up with you. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where this all starts. Like he puts up with you. How are you going to put up with that person? Well, we have a model for this.
Yeah.
It's God putting up with you. And the second thing is, he pointed out, he's like, in heaven, you're going to be closer friends with that person than anyone you're friends with now. In heaven, you're going to be closer friends with that person who drives you crazy, because God's going to restore us and make things right and heal relationships and heal the hurts that are driving people to be the way they are. Like all of that. You're going to be closer to them than anybody you're close with now. Question. I saw another one of those wavy balloon guys, you know, the dancing.
Yes, that the car dealerships use.
Car dealerships, tire places.
Yeah.
Okay, they use those because at some point they do help. They would not buy those, use those if they didn't help.
Well, it's possible that they did help, and no one has revisited the data to see if they.
They must help. They must. But my question is, at what point would they not? Like how many? There's an optimal number of wavy guys.
Right.
Just mathematically.
Right.
I don't know what it is. It could be 517. Like there could be just an ocean.
Right.
Of wavy guys, and at some point, by adding another one, you're not boosting
You're
sales.
tipping the thing.
Right.
But I mean, are you talking about across multiple businesses or at one?
No, at one
business?
dealership.
At one.
Just like you're driving by, and there's just an ocean waving.
Is there how many
Right.
before someone's like, that's too much?
You know what? I
I'm
was
not
going to buy a
there.
car, but I'll keep. I'm going to go to the other dealership because that's
Too many.
That's too many. Hey, quick question. Would you consider doing this? Because we have a sponsor, and we're so thankful because it helps pay the bills and stuff in our lives. America's Christian Credit Union. You may not have thought about using them for your bank, but you totally can.
And they're awesome.
They are. And what they use money for is, in some ways, the opposite of what big banks do.
Yeah.
And they actually think about how to help people. It's a not-for-profit. It's been around for 60-some years. But if you would consider it, it would help us, too, because it tells them that, hey, it's good to sponsor the show.
Yeah.
So if you were thinking about supporting us and also taking advantage of what they do, that'd be wonderful. You just go to BrantHansen.com and you scroll down there. You'll see America's Christian Credit Union. And check it out. They have incentives for you to join. I love their savings account, too.
Yeah.
So I'm taking full advantage of this thing.
We both have accounts with them.
Yep, we love them. It's been a great experience, but it helps us a lot. If you're like, hey, how can we help you? That would be wonderful. America's Christian Credit. You just go to Brant Hansen, that's HANSEN.com, and then scroll down there. I know we've talked about this, so forgive me if it's doing the same thing over and over. But I just think this is so important. If we think that salvation just means forgiveness, it's actually going to inhibit us from becoming a follower of Jesus.
How so?
Because there's nothing in that statement. My salvation is my forgiveness. That's what it's like. Nothing that connects you to Jesus' teaching. And if there's no connecting to Jesus as my teacher, I'm not his disciple.
Not following.
No.
Yeah.
Believing the one thing doesn't lead to the other.
Yeah.
At all. I mean, you have to, at some point, understand Jesus is my teacher. So what did he say in the Gospels that I can learn from and apply? And if I just think that salvation, instead of thinking it as this process of this healing, what God's doing and done for us, all of that, and I just he died and forgave my sins, I'm going to miss out on the kind of life that he's actually offering, the eternal life, which we're already in. Yeah. It starts if you want to opt in. So just wanted to mention that because I keep running into that, and it in some ways opposed to a life of discipleship. And I'm not saying forgiveness isn't part of this.
Yeah.
It clearly is, but it's not all of it. It's not the whole good news.
Yeah.
And I got a note from a listener. I'm sorry, I should have noted your name, but he or she sent me. No, as a reader of Unoffendable, sent me a link today to. They had some sort of sentencing for the 2019 mass killing at a Walmart in Texas.
Yeah.
And several of the people that got to speak, victims' families, talked about forgiveness. A couple ladies hugged him. The judge allowed it.
Wow.
But one of them just said, I don't have a choice. If I'm going to be forgiven, I have to forgive. To me, that is a proper understanding. It's not saying we don't want you in prison.
Yeah.
It's not saying we don't, like, it's the releasing of the anger.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm trapped. But I don't have a choice. That sounds to me like the Jesus way of life in light of what he had told us.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was a neat example that they forwarded along. And that's an actual application of, like, I follow Jesus. This is what I do. I do things. Look, I admit it. I am not socially adept, okay? I really am not.
Okay.
Full disclosure.
All right.
Okay? So there's some things I don't get. And I also don't understand the insurance business. So those are two things.
I was going to say those are two things that I wouldn't necessarily put together, but okay.
I got backed into a couple weeks ago, crunched my side of my car.
Okay, yeah.
The guy's like, so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. I got his insurance stuff. And I called them. They're mad at me. They act really mad at me.
His insurance company is mad at you. Well, that makes sense.
What? He backed into...
I know, Brant, but usually they're not happy that they have to pay to do something for a car.
I don't want to talk to them.
I know, and they don't want to talk to you.
They did, though. They called me. I'm sorry your guy backed into me. I really am. I'm so sorry. There are people that we have stuff in common with, right? Like maybe your favorite college football team, your other fans. It's it's Tide Nation or whatever you want to call it.
Right, Steeler Nation.
Yeah, Steeler Nation.
Yeah.
I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan. Other St. Louis Cardinals fans. There's Tolkien enthusiasts like me. Like there's people I have things in common. People on the spectrum. I'm on the spectrum. Like, oh, this is my spectrum community or something. Or there's people who also, like, in common with me or you, like people who grew up in broken homes. You got that in common with them. Or
yeah.
You even have people that you're genetically related to. You got that in common. But when it comes to family, Jesus totally redefines it. You ever notice that? His mother and brothers looking for him. He's like, I'll show you my family. It's people who do my will. Like, now we're talking family. Like, that's a complete new thing. Like, my family, my deepest family, and I'm not disowning my physical family, of course, but I gotta say, it's other people who belong to Jesus. Like, you're my people. We were talking about contentment, and it's such a big thing, because if you think about it, so much of our problems in life come from discontentment.
Yeah.
Like a lot of anger and frustration.
Yeah. Envy, jealousy.
Yeah, even just like slandering, like gossiping. It's our own discontent. There's so much that comes from lack of contentment. Whoa, check this out. We have breaking animal news. I've just been handed a news bulletin.
From who? I didn't see anyone run in here. I didn't see anyone run out.
They're fast. A new study.
Yes.
I've just been handed a bulletin.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up. Finds that more than 99% of dogs in the U.S. have a behavior problem.
More than 99%?
Yep. Like
so 100%.
Not quite 100. 99.12%. It says here, like aggression, separation, attachment issues, fear, anxiety, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
People are not going to buy that. There's a lot of people, they think their dog is just perfect.
Not perfect.
Oh, they
there
do.
Are people, really?
Yeah, because they give, like at the dog park, they give it away. Like,
okay.
Like Luna just attacked everybody. And they're like, she never does that. Well, she does now. Okay? Face the facts about
Little Luna.
We all
is in the 99%.
Like, oh, she would never. We're watching her do it. All of us.
She's wreaking havoc.
Oh, she look
at Luna.
Face it. Look what she's doing. They can't accept it. Yeah, we were just talking about contentment. I found this quote from Rich Mullins. He's an artist. Hugely influential for me since I was a kid. But his quote was, "Adoration is the most addictive drug in the world." I think that's true. It's never enough. You see that with celebrities that are like falling out of fashion.
Yeah.
And the clamoring and the...
To try to keep it.
Yeah. But contentment, again, whether it's money or attention or whatever, like being content, you're so free to do anything. Okay, I want to give you an update on my campaign.
Okay.
For the Senate. This is in the year 2038.
Yes, you've been working hard.
Been working hard.
You had the policy thing that you were working on.
Working on platform. I have a policy.
Yes.
I just can't. I got one.
Another one because we had the. Okay, well, go ahead.
I can't remember the other one.
The kangaroo that you wanted
yeah.
people to be
Okay. Forget that.
Yes.
How about this? I think we can all. I think this is an 80-20 issue.
Okay.
No more nuts in brownies. No, do not. Enough. There's no reason to put them in there.
Well,
and why would you do it? Most people don't like it. If they want nuts, they can add them themselves.
Have you done any studies on this?
It's just anecdotal. I don't need to.
I think that you do. I think whenever you are a politician, you have to do study. No, are you sure?
I have this great political instinct about this kind of thing. Nobody wants the nuts.
The Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.